ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I think everyone is here. Yes. Okay. Nisha from UK is also joining us. Okay. Any questions, clarifications, or we are ready to go ahead? Which was the verse we were doing last time?
48th verse.
48.
48, yeah.
Yeah.
48 is done.
Yes. Okay. So we saw last time the whole thing about karma, karma phala, etc. How it's all avidya kritam. The karta is because of avidya. Therefore, karma, etc. all are avidya karyam. All that we saw elaborately. All clear? Shall we go ahead, or any questions are there? If there are any questions, shoot. Remember, this is going back to fundamentals. So, good to clarify any doubts, anything. Okay. Now going ahead, the same topic. Say, okay, going ahead, he says, आत्मरूप विदेहे कार्यं क्रियादिभ्यो निवर्तनं न साध्यं साधनं वात्मा नित्यतृप्ता स्मृतिर्मतः. Okay. आत्मरूप विदेहे, whatever vidhi is there with respect to the Atmarupa, it is not really a vidhi. A vidhi is a do. Pratisheda is a don't. Okay. Vidhi, satyam vada, dharmam chara, these are all vidhis. Speak the truth, follow dharma, etc. Kalam jamna bhakshayet, don't eat meat. Nisheda. Okay. Suram na pibet, many will be unhappy with that vidhi. Don't drink alcohol. Okay. Unless for ceremonial purposes. Okay. Don't worry. Every vidhi nisheda has exceptions to it. Okay. So not a problem. Because there is no rule made by God or man that does not have an exception. That is natural. Okay. So vidhi pratisheda. So similarly he says Atma vidhi. There is no real Atma vidhi, but it looks like a vidhi because the language is like that. What is the language? Atma vare drashtavya. Like Agnihotram kartavya, Atma vare drashtavya. You can see the structure is similar. Tavya pratyaya, etc. The tavyam, drashtavyam, kartavyam, etc. That implies means until the end you have to see it through. The force of the tavya pratyaya is that you have to see it to the end. Therefore, Atma vare drashtavya. It looks like a vidhi. Looks like a command. Do this. Atma vare drashtavya. But that is karyam kriyadibhihi nivartanam. It actually turns you away from karya and karma. Like if they say Agnihotram kartavya, you have to take to Agnihotram. Then you look for materials, you look for how to do it, all that thing is there. So you go into the action. When you say Atma Vare Drashtavya, Tadartham Kim Kartavyam, what should I do for that? Shrotavya, Mantavya, Nididhyasitavya. Listen to the Shastra, teaching of the Shastra. करना क्या है? कुछ नहीं. न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन. It's not gained by karma. So what does it do? It turns you away from kriya karma. Yeah. For your life you will need some karma. That's a different thing. We are not talking about that. Because that is one thing that always people have doubt about. Yeah, for your life you need a lot of things. This is mokshartham. Okay. Adbudya phala praptyartham. For gaining adbudya phalam, meaning some beatitude, heaven, etc., punya, etc., karma kuru, agnihotradi karmam kartavyam. That impels you into karma. Here it is moksha phalam, therefore atma vare drashtavya. Moksha phalartham kim kartavyam, kinchid api na kartavyam. What should you do? Nothing. Na karmana, na prajaya. You must know. You know, people keep talking about spiritual process. For moksha, there is no process. For something else, there can be a process. If you are saying, I want to be a better human being, yes, there can be a process for that. I want to deal with my grief, etc., there is a process for that. I want to take care of my mind, etc., there can be a process. Why? Because these are all finite ends. These are all finite ends. Therefore, there is a process. I want to gain this power, process. I want to know myself. What is the process? I want to see the water bottle. What is the process here? First do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. At the end of it, you will see the bottle. See the bottle, see, look. Okay. Similarly here, know yourself. It looks as though there is a process. Why? You start studying. How do you start studying like this class? We started with what? 12 years ago we started with the Gita. It took about 4 years. Once a week, 3 years. Then one by one we did all the Upanishads. Then we studied the Brahma Sutras. Then topic wise we studied the whole first chapter. Then we did Dakshinamurti Stotram. So much of process. There is a process. There isn't. In the first class I told you your limitless consciousness. In the last class also I will tell you your limitless consciousness. Limitless consciousness is not the end result of a process. Limitless consciousness is an abiding fact about yourself. You have to recognize. If you are like Nachiketa, Shvetaketu, etc., first class itself you will recognize. We are not like that, therefore it takes time. Therefore it looks like a process. There is no process. Your consciousness, that is explained in 100 different ways. You are Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman. Explain from various angles, various this, until your mind is satisfied and you can say, yes, that is true. And you can own it up. Even Nididhyasanam is not a process. Some meditations can be a process. Like you have so many other meditations. Okay. Remember in the Rishikesh camp, we did the sun and the moon meditations to have high energy within you. We did that in the Rishikesh camp. That can be talked about as a process because one step, second step, third step, fourth step. But Nididhyasanam about the Atma is not a process. Why? Because Nididhyasanam ends where it begins. How do you start Nididhyasanam? By seeing yourself as limitless awareness, as silent consciousness. And what is the end? Silent consciousness. And a process does not end where it begins. Even if it is a cyclical process, there is a whole journey. Here there is no journey. You start by saying Shuddham Brahma. Shuddham Brahma. हो गया. Therefore, moksha is not the end result of a process. Okay. Therefore, in this is what he is saying in the next line. Na sadhyam sadhanam va atma. Atma is neither a sadhya nor a sadhanam. Atma is not a sadhya, something to be achieved at the end of a process, at the end of a lot of activity. It's not an end like that. Nor is it a means to achieve something like your mind. Your mind is a means to achieve something. Your body is a means to achieve something. Your eyes are a means to gather knowledge. But the Atma is neither sadhyam nor sadhanam. It is siddha vastu. It's what is already always there. Siddha vastu. It's already siddham. I am. Therefore, na sadhya, na sadhanam va atma. Nitya triptaha smrter mataha. And the one who knows it, nitya triptaha. Iti smrtehe mataha. Smrti meaning Gita, etc. Okay? Gita, etc. talks about Atma, as the one who knows the Atma as nitya tripta. Because what is not satisfied is not you. Look at it. I take myself as a body, I am not satisfied with it. Like the other day, yesterday, we are doing some breathing practices. How long you can hold your breath. We are struggling after about 1.5 2 minutes. And I was thinking, hell yeah. There was a time when I could swim underwater, work underwater, without an oxygen tank, etc. 3 minutes, aram se. 3-4 minutes I could aram se swim underwater. Swim. Not just hold your breath and sit in one place. Swim underwater. Work with tools underwater. Abhi nahi hota hai. You are not triptaha with the body. And your lungs, what it can do. Not you. You are not tripta with your mind. I wish I could be a little bit more loving with that idiot. Not you. I wish I had a little bit more knowledge, Not satisfied with mine. Not you. I have too much of ignorance. I want to shed some. Not you. Then आत्मा नित्य तृप्तः आत्मा नित्य तृप्तः अनत्तत्वात् because it is free from all limitations. No limitations of time, space, etc. Therefore, nitya trupta at all times. At all times, nitya trupta. Atma swarupa. Therefore, if you want fulfillment, Atmanam vijaniyat. Atmanam vijaniyat. Then you may have a body which you are not fully satisfied with. It's okay. Want to do something about it? Do something about it. Yeah. Do something to make it functionally valid. Whatever at your level functioning you need, that each has to decide. No? Someone may decide, अरे 1 minute I can hold my breath, बहुत हो गया. I may decide, no यार 3 minutes से minimum होना चाहिए. Up to each one. Up to each one. I mean, depending on what you need in life. What do I need in life? Nothing. हाँ थोड़ा खाना पीना मिलेगा तो बस हो गया. और क्या चाहिए? Because it's like Kabira's prayer, you know. साई इतना दीजिए जिससे सुख सफाए. This is what everyone wants, isn't it? Oh Lord, give me enough where I can be comfortable. Whether you are my dhobi who is struggling because he says, साहब कपड़ा आधा से कम हो गया. Because in this period nobody is giving clothes outside for ironing. So he also wants, you know, सुख सफाई होना चाहिए. Life should be happy. Okay, should be. Bill Gates also wants the same thing. But what is that sukh safai is different. This guy is happy if the cops don't stop him when he comes on his cycle to deliver the clothes. Bill Gates will be happy only if he can hop into his private jet and go from country to country. Difference होता है. Like Kabir said, what is his need? हम तो भूखा ना रहे, साधु भी भूखा ना जाए. I will not go hungry, and the good man who comes at my door asking for alms, he will also not go hungry. So for that is your whatever standard you want to set up, you set it up. What is the standard of life you want, of living that you want? Up to you. Up to you. There आगे पीछे हो सकता है. But whether you are living in a hut or a palace, if you want to be nitya truptaha, atmanam vijaniyat, you have to know the self. There is no other way. Yeah. There is no other way. Yeah. Otherwise, you will make songs about contentment. And believe me, none of those songs really deliver contentment. What is this life full of care? We cannot stand and stare, stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep and cows. Why do you want to be a sheep and a cow? I don't know. Pray, the Lord will give you that life in that next lifetime. You'll become a cow. Those songs don't do anything. I mean, they're nice poetry to build, to give a value of contentment for people. Yes, that much it serves a purpose. Those English songs. But the Englishman was never content. He had to rule the world to be content. And now they are barely ruling England. Great UK they are not ruling. But still have dreams of glory. Illusions. Royalty, head of the Commonwealth. Oh God. People are holding on to it because some remnants of lost glory. What I'm saying is that trupti that we talk about, you can have it as a value so that you're not getting stressed out in a rat race. That much you can have. And never talk about contentment to your children. I always said this. I have a neighbor who stays in the next building behind. His mother was an Anglo-Indian, father a Goan. So I identified much with the British background, etc. And he taught his kids about contentment and everything. All the poems. He brought up his kids well in English education. And in the 10th standard, the kid gets 39% marks. 39%. And then tells him, Dad, you told me to be content, na? My friend got only 36%. I got 39. No, I am content. Then he comes to me, what do I do with my kids? I said, first stop all those English poems of contentment. Knock it off. Yeah, knock it off. Send them to my workshops. When I'll talk about taking charge of your life, this, that, etc. He's very grateful to me. Why? Because the kid went on to do her MBA after that. Yeah. He's working in Germany now. So don't speak about contentment to kids, okay? You will have a tough time. As a value, yes, so that you don't get stressed out in the rat race, fine. But if you really want trupti, that feeling of fullness, where nothing can add to your joy, nothing can take away from your joy, then you need Atma Jnanam. Not only know, but to get rooted in that knowledge. You need that. Okay. Iti mata. Okay. Then, in the next verse, he is reminding something that we have done in the Sutra Bhashya. Okay? He is reminding. Very simple. Utpadya apya vikaryani samskaryam cha kriyafalam natho anyat karmanam karyam teje tasma sasadhanam. Mokshartham tyajet. For the sake of moksha, give up all this. For the sake of moksha. Not for a career. Okay? I understand this difference very well. Yeah. And for the sake of moksha, not for the sake of your career. What is that? He says utpadyam. He says kriya phalam. What is kriya phalam? Utpadyam. That which is created. Okay? You sowed the seeds and you have the harvest. Utpadyam. Harvesting season is just over now in India. The second harvest. Or rather, if you are starting from January, the first harvest. Utpadyam. Alright. What was not there or what was there as a potential is brought out. That's called creating. Utpadyam. You had some vegetables at home, you created a nice dish. Creation, utpadyam. Okay. Created a child, utpadyam. You took part in the creative process of the Lord, utpadyam. Then apyam, reaching. Many people are struggling to reach USA right now. American citizens are welcome back, but difficult. You have to reach. After a long journey, To reach somewhere. You want to reach heaven, you have to die first. Minimum qualification for reaching heaven is you should die. Yeah. Nobody is going to reach with their bodies. Even Trishanku didn't manage that. Indra pulled him down. And Vishwamitra created a whole galaxy there. That's called Trishanku Swargam. The Hindi equivalent of Trishanku Swargam is Dhobi ka kutta. Okay. We say it nicely, Trishanku Swargam. Udhar bhi nahi, idhar bhi nahi, sir. In history, I remember only one person who reached heaven in his body. There was Dharmaputra, Yudhishthira. Isn't it the ultimate isolation? You are a human being in heaven. ये क्या है? It's not that you are going for a holiday and coming back. That's okay. If you are going to stay there permanently as a human being in heaven, the heavenly body is not affected by the heavenly enjoyments. Your body will be. So they say, yes, he went as a mark of respect to him. He was welcomed to heaven in his own body, but then his whole body was transformed into a heavenly body. So he was honored, that's all. Ultimately, he had to leave the body, because it got it had to become a heavenly body anyway. So someone died and went, this guy went up and then he transformed. ठीक है. No big deal. Apyam, reaching. This is all gained by karma. No? For making something, you have to do a lot of work. To reach somewhere, you have to do a lot of work. Either worldly activities like reaching USA, or spiritual, religious activities to reach heaven. But activity you need to do. Yeah. Vikaryam, you modify. Vikaryam. You have a kurta, then the sleeves start getting a bit frayed, etc., or got dirty. You cut it and make it into a half kurta. Vikaryam. Or you make it into a kurti. Even better. Modification. Our Indian hotels are very good at that. Yesterday's idli will become today's fried idli. Idli fry. Or idli chili fry. Make it Chinese. As the idli chili fry was ever there in China. This is called Vikaryam. Vikaryam. All leftover vegetables, you will mix it up together, this thing, and you will make it korma. Vikaryam. You will modify. Useful, no wastage. Sensible things to do, okay? Yeah, sensible things. Why you want to waste anything? Throw away things? No, don't. Vikaryam. Yeah. And Indians are very good in that. We are not responsible for all the plastics in the ocean, okay? All our plastic is behind the door in the kitchen. All plastic stacked up. Kabhi kaam aayega na? When you have to send food to somebody, it will come in use. All the containers are stacked up. Yeah. Anyway, Vikaryam. You will take something and modify it into something else. You will take milk and make it into curds. Vikaryam. Healthy modification. Yeah. Because probiotics, etc. are there in it. So healthy modification. Vikaryam. Samskaryam, purification. To purify something. Yeah. Iron ore, you melt down, etc. and get pure iron. After having purified it from all the earth, etc. after having removed all the non-iron from it. Purification. Gold, you take it, remove everything else. Silica, because you want to make silicon chips, so even gold is an impurity, so you will purify the silica from the gold. Purification. And there are religious purifications also. You had your bath and you come and sit down for the puja. You had your bath, you're clean here. Straight from the bathroom you have come to the puja. Just wore your dhoti and you have come. And the priest will sprinkle water on you. मैं स्नान करके आया. What is the sprinkling water? This is prokshanam, religious purification. With the mantra, etc. Religious purification. So worldly, religious, both. All that is there. All the actions that you do will fall into this. One of the four. What about this Zoom class, etc.? Apyam. We are reaching out, no? Apyam it is. Yeah. Since we can't physically travel, we are traveling virtually. Apyam. You take anything. 4. Utpadyam creation, Vikaryam modification, Apyam reaching, Samskaryam purification. इतना ही बात है. इतना ही बात है. Sometimes it looks different, it looks complex, but when it all boils down to this, fourfold results of action. Fourfold result of action. Okay? And the result of each one of them will be what? Finite. Utpadi, when you create a small thing. No? Purify, same thing. Modify, same thing. Reach, same thing. All are under the hold of time and space. All are under the hold of time and space. And in some of these rituals, especially samskar in purification, women are given a great importance. Huh? The ghee that has to be offered, the lady of the house has to come and look at it. Her look purifies the ghee. Yeah. No, don't read other meanings into it. That is because women are very smart. एक नज़र में पता लगेगा whether the ghee is good quality or not. That is not the question here. It is pure cow's ghee. But she is supposed to purify it with her look. It's all esoteric, okay? So you can't find the logic for it sometimes. But this is supposed to do. She is supposed to do that. Yeah. Right. Okay, this is Kriya Phalam. Na ataha anyat karmana karyam. There is no karmanaha karyam other than this. Other than these four, there is no karmanaha karyam. Therefore, he says, Tyaje tasmat sa sadhanam. Sasadhanam tyajed mokshartham. For the sake of moksha, none of this will work. Atma is not something that you are going to create, it's already there. As the content of the creator is there. Atma is not something that you have to reach. It's beyond everything you have to reach. Nahi hai. It is I. You don't have to reach the Atma. Abhi Atma bandha avastha mein hai. You have to modify it to become muktaha. Atma is never bound. You have to purify the Atma. Atma Shuddhi is necessary. Atma Shuddhi refers to their mind, not to the self. It is Asangaha. Since it's Asangaha, it is Nitya Shuddha. It's a different degree of reality from everything else that is there. Everything else as a pratibhasika or a vyavaharika reality. This is the only entity which is a paramarthika reality, absolute reality. Therefore, cannot be contaminated by anything. Therefore, doesn't require purification. Therefore, mokshartham tejet sarvam. Meaning, sasadhanam karyam tejet. Don't extend your methods of what you got you here. You know, they say in corporates, no? The skills that you got you from there to here will not take you from here to there. Same way. What got you up to here, all your karma, etc., will not take you to moksha. Up to antakarna shuddhi, it will happen. Karma will take you. Chittasya shuddhaye karmaha, natu vastu upalabdhe. Chittasya shuddhaye karmaha. Live a life. Get a life first, then live it. Okay. Yeah. Chittasya shuddhaye. Natu vastu upalabdhe. Not for gaining the reality. Vastu siddhi vicharena. Vastu siddhi happens through vichara. Natu karma koti bihi, not through crores of karma. Therefore, mokshartham tejet sadhanam. Sasadhanam karmaha tejet. Karma has no play in the realm of moksha. Now don't turn around and ask me, what about karma yoga? Karma yoga is meant for what?
Chitta Shuddhi.
Chitta Shuddhi,
And Chitta
exactly.
Nischayam. And
Yeah.
Chitta
So it's meant here.
Nischayam.
It is not meant for, it is not moksha. It is to get your equipment ready for it. For that, karma is useful. Therefore, karma is useful in your life. But Swamiji, is indirectly useful, no? Yes. We are trying to establish cause-effect relationship. To have cause-effect relationship, it should be niyata purva vrittitvam. It should be necessary and immediately preceding the effect. Otherwise, you will be like Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali's father, who said, my son became world champion boxer because when he was young, I fed him well. But he had other kids and he fed all of them well. No one became anything of worth mentioning. Muhammad Ali could not be constrained in his role as a boxer. He was much more than that. Yeah. So what is immediately preceding is not father feeding. That's remote. Similarly, Karma Yoga got your mind ready, accepted, necessary. We accept that. But what gave you moksha? Nothing. Nothing can give me moksha. Why? I have to discover moksha as Atma Sarupa. If it's Atma Sarupa, why don't you know it? You tell me. I see you as Muktaha, why don't you see yourself as Muktaha? I don't see you all as bound jivas. No, I see you all as free. Atma Sarupa. Even those people who have not turned their videos on, I see you all as Atma Sarupa. Why don't you see yourself as that? Avidya karyatvat, because of ignorance. Therefore, that ignorance has to go from your mind. That's why the mind has to be readied. Because ignorance in the mind and the mind has to know. Na? Therefore, pramanaha atmavare shrotavyaha. Listen to the teacher. And you gain the goods. Okay. Tejet sasadhanam. Okay. All right. Tejet sasadhanam. He has taken the advice literally now. Okay. छोड़ो ये संसार के काम. All right. Been there, done that. Enough. Been there, done that. I don't want any of these things anymore. क्या करूँ मैं इसमें? I understood that this is not going to give me satisfaction. That old song that I heard as a kid is valid. You know, when we were children, we used to hear the song very much. I don't know whether anybody here remembers that. I will get no satisfaction. There's an old pop number like that. I will not get satisfaction. I don't know whether anyone here will remember that. Okay. You have been exposed to a little bit of that pop music scene in the 1960s and 70s for that. Yeah. I will get no satisfaction, and they used to scream it out. Anyway, whatever. So I have said that. Therefore what? Now moksha, here I come. That is it. Nothing else. I don't want anything else. So kim kartavya? Here, he is giving you what to do. If you are like that, okay? तापंतत्वात् अनित्यत्वात् आत्मार्थत्वात् च या बहिः संहृत्य आत्मनि तां प्रीतिः सत्यार्थी गुरुमाश्रयेत् शान्तं प्रज्ञां तथा मुक्तं निष्क्रियं ब्रह्मणि स्थितं श्रुतेर् आचार्यवान् वेदः तद्विद्धि इति स्मृतेस्ततः. वेरी क्लियर कट एडवाइस. क्या करना है दिखाता हूँ अभी अभी. He says tam priti, that desire, that love that you have for to ya bahi, to things outside, house, job, ityadi, things outside, you have a love. That priti samhriti atmani. Turn it inwards now to yourself. This is not the self-love of psychology. Self-love of psychology is different from this. This is talking about the love to know yourself as Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Turn that. Now I want to know myself. So, that emotional commitment, that priti means that emotional commitment you had to things outside, job ityadi, turn it toward yourself. Okay? This is actually almost like being a full-time, he is talking about this only to full-time students, okay? Okay. Then why? Tapantatvad. Tapantatvad. Why? The love for external things only troubles me. बहुत गड़बड़ करना पड़ता है. As a young man or a young woman, I saw this person. Arey yaar, she's so nice. I have to get her. Then you have to work very hard for somebody to introduce you to her in the first place. Then you have to woo her. Time and effort, no? Time, effort, money, it takes. Then she responded to you. Ah, you were on the seventh heaven of delight. You are walking on air. Then you got married. And after that you all know what happened. After that you all know. मैं बोलने की कोई ज़रूरत है क्या? The effort to sustain that relationship, the effort of this thing, all that calls for a lot of effort. Yeah. Lot of struggle. But why did you say that? Arey, I just said it. But why? You know how it upsets me. How can you say something like that? Arey Baba, I didn't mean all that. Then why are you speaking without meaning? This can be an endless dialogue. Okay, I said that I'm sorry. That is to get away from it, because somewhere you have to put a stop to it. And because it is to get away, next time this is you will make it again. And next time the whole thing will start again. Tapantatvat. Okay. Tapantatvat. And at the end of 20 years, you have changed so much. You have been trying all your life to change me only. And I changed. Now why are you complaining? Remember, I have not said man or woman here, okay? It can be anyone. I am equally fair to both. Tapantatvad. Okay. Anityatvad. Anything you get is anityam. The first car you bought, kidhar hai? Junkyard. Na? Junkyard. Why? Anityam. Anityam. Okay. Atmarthantva. They are all meant for the self. I am not meant for them. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati iti. You love a thing only because it gives you joy, not otherwise. Even between people, I love you will become I love you. If the person becomes a source of misery, no, it's not always misery, sometimes only. Therefore, you keep things going, good. Why is not going to change much with somebody else also? Atmarthatva. Therefore, all the love that you projected outside for things and people and situations and this, that commitment, love here you mean that emotional commitment that you have to all this. Turn it towards yourself. Turn it towards yourself. With Swamiji, what if I have responsibilities, etc.? Keep the responsibilities going. Do what it takes. Do what it takes. Yeah. But turn your commitment towards yourself. And then what? All right, ठीक है. Then satyarthi bhava. Satyarthi bhava. There's someone called Satyarthi. Good name. He is involved in rescuing bonded children and things like that. Phenomenal job he is doing. So Satyarthi bhava. Satyarthi meaning what? Become someone who is desirous of knowing the truth. Mumukshu bhava, jignasu bhava, Satyarthi bhava. And Gurum ashrayet. Go to a guru. Go to a guru. Guru ashrayet. What type of a guru? Shantam. Who's Shantaha? Cannot be me, because do I look like someone who's Shantaha all the time? It is like Swami Chinmayanji went to Germany. To Japan. He went to Japan. And there he was invited to speak to some of the Buddhist monks. So the Buddhist monks are all sitting, listening to Swami Chinmayanji's. And at the end of the lecture, the monks were asked, how do you find Swami Chinmayanji? Brilliant, scholarly, but disturbed mind. Why? They are all about. This is how they listen to a lecture. And Swami Chinmayanji is thinking these characters are not understanding what I am saying. So all the Kathakali starts. His body language is trying to make them understand that. And they are all Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. You forget one thing there. You are that peace in spite of the racket around you. You are the calm center in the storm of all activities. That is Vedanta. The other is experiential. One is being rooted in the truth, the other is being rooted in an experience. Big difference. Big difference. One feels a need to be peaceful all the time. I will move away from myself because experience. The other person says, "Aham Ananda Swarupaha," whether there is a racket or no racket, I am fine. Entirely different. Shantaha. So a guru who is Shantaha like that, not Shantaha, not that type, okay? Yeah, Shantaha. Prajnam, the one who is full of knowledge. Okay. Let him have the Shastra also with him. Not an uneducated guru, as somebody said. A real guru is an uneducated guru. That means if you are educated, you cannot become a guru. Shotriyam. Shastra qualifies it. Therefore, prajnam. Tatha muktam. And he is free himself. If he is bound, how can he help you get your freedom? One who has discovered his or her freedom. Taha. Nishkriyam. Nishkriyam. Does not do unnecessary things. Doesn't do unnecessary things. Learning, teaching, and things associated with that. Because then you know he doesn't have an axe to grind. This thing is only helping people with learning, teaching, this and whatever is connected with the learning and teaching. So some social work, etc. he may do. Because only then they can even come to Vedanta. Nishkriyam. Brahmani sthitam. One who is rooted in the Brahma Jnana. Brahmani sthitam. One who is rooted. You can't verify every one of them, okay? Some you can, some you can't. Why? Why do you need to go to a guru like that? Because Shrute her Acharyavan Vedaha. Shruti statement is there. Acharyavan Vedaha. If you have a teacher, you will know, not otherwise. Acharyavan Vedaha. Are you an Acharyavan? Acharyavan is like Dhanavan. But Swamiji, if I have 100 rupees in the bank, now what is the minimum requirement in Indian banks? I think is 3,000 rupees to maintain an account. But then I don't become Dhanavan. I have to have lots of money. Correct. So Acharyavan also I must have lots of teachers. It's great for confusing yourself. Be someone whom you can claim, yes, I am Acharyavan. Why? Because you are committed to the teacher and the teacher has said yes to you. It's important. Knowing a teacher is not enough. Is there a mutual commitment of a role of teacher-student? Is there that commitment? As a teacher committed, I will be with you all the way. It's important. Have you committed that you will go all the way? Even more important. Yeah. Have you committed you will go all the way? Then you are Acharyavan. Acharyavan Purushaha Veda. The one who is an Acharya, he will know the truth. And Tad Viddhi iti smrutehe tata. The Smruti, the Gita talks about Tad Viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. So both the Veda and the Shruti quote, both together, very clear that this is how you know the truth. So the question comes, does this mean that all of us have to be full-timers? To every sincere student of Vedanta, this question will come up. Do we have to chuck up everything and become a full-time student? No. But in your life, there must be a time when you are immersing yourself full-time into this. Short times, short periods. Even if you have all your responsibilities, etc., you can always find some time to immerse. That's what we do in our camps, etc. Immerse yourself full time. Will do. It is the emotional commitment that matters more. The emotional and the intellectual commitment to knowing the truth, that matters more than your lifestyle. Lifestyle can be a karma yoga lifestyle, need not be a sannyasa lifestyle. Joining an ashram, etc., even though you not own the robes, the lifestyle is sannyasa. You don't have to be. Why? Because you still have responsibilities. Your kids are still young, for example. A friend of mine comes from quite a decently wealthy background. He wanted to become full-time with Swamiji. 90s course, he wanted to do the full course in 1990, first course in Coimbatore. And his youngest kid was 2 and the eldest was 5. Swamiji said, no way. You be here for 6 months, then you go back. But Swamiji, I'll take care of them financially. My wife is there. She's okay with it. It's only 3 years. The children are growing. This is the age when they need both the parent figure, especially the younger one. No way. When your kids are 20 and you want to come, that's okay. Not otherwise. Not, or at least 16 and then you want to come. By that time they are mature enough to understand a few things. They are also not sannyasa. You go back after that, okay? And lead a normal life. But with this, with certain rootedness and this knowledge, you have enough to work on it for yourself now. Your whole life you can work on it and get it. Therefore, some immersion at some times, it's good to have. That's why we do camp twice a year and small, short camp, only 4 days, 5 days. So that however busy you are, you can take that much time off and be there. That immersion is necessary. And don't tell me you don't have time for a 3-day camp, 4-day camp. Okay? I mean, I can understand if you are out of town to come and go is not feasible. That I can understand. But if you are in the same town, 3 days you can't take off. You take more than that for a holiday anyway. So immerse yourself. What about those out of town? Don't worry. We will give you the Zoom, the hybrid option. So you can do it in your home. Immerse yourself. Immerse yourself. I'm saying all this hoping that the end of August camp, we can have a hybrid camp, okay? God willing and Corona permitting. Okay. All right. Therefore, it is then all right. Then what should the Guru be doing? There's a guidance given to the Guru also.
Swamiji?
Yeah. Yes, Nita.
May I, verse 51, what is that Samhrutyatmani?
Huh?
What does that second line?
Sanghruti Atmani. That preeti, that love for the external objects, Atmani Samghruti, to take it to yourself.
Samvrutti means taking it. Taking it. Yeah.
Or resolving it into yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Saguruhu tarayed yaduktam sishyam sishyagunanvitam brahma vidya plavena shuhu swantaha dvantaha mahodidim. What should the Guru do? Okay. Saguruhu, that Guru, who Shantaha, etc., that person, that Guru. Tarayed yuktam sishyam, should help the Sishya. Yuktam Sishyam, Tarayed, okay. A good student. A student who is worthy of being called student. Tarayed, help the student cross over. What type of student? Simple. Sishya Guna Anvitam. Who is Siksha Yogya. Such a person only is a Siksha. Remember, in the Gita itself, I have talked about 3 types of students. One is a Vidyarthi, who has a desire for knowledge, alright. These are how all our college students are. They are Vidyarthis, alright. They'll join a college. But where will you find them? Canteen, or the adda outside, or the theatre close by. I mean, before the COVID thing, when I used to go and hunt for some of my youngsters, college students who come to me, and I know they are getting into some issues. You think I'll ever go and find them in their college classroom? Never. Classroom is the last place I will see. First is the canteen. Then every college has its local adda. Then the local theatres. If they are not in any of these three places, I will be surprised. I will say, yeah, is he actually in the library? Then you go to the library. If he is not there in the library also, oh my God, he is actually attending a lecture. Nowadays you have to add one more thing. He may have gone on a picnic to Lonavala or Matharan, especially in the rainy season. Yes, I know my kids well. Okay. So all this you have to check out. Vidyarthi, this is called. Another more committed student is called Antevasi. He is committed, he stays with the teacher, that way, Antevasi it's called. Antarjanam, Antevasi, etc. These are the terms used for students actually. That committed. But is he a Sishya? Is he Siksha Yogya? Is he worthy of being taught? You may be committed, but do you have Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampatti, Mumukshutva? Sab hai. Samadama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam. Do you have all of them? I had a very good batch. Okay, now many of them are dispersed here and there. Some of them are still with me. Very good batch of students. If I say, hey, I want to have a small public talk, how many of you will help me organize it? Out of a class of 30 people, 2-3 people will come forward. But it is Swamiji's birthday. Oh my God, the whole 30 people are involved in working on it. Because that is party time, okay? 30 people, 30 out of 30 are involved. Organizing a talk, 2 people out of 30 are involved. So now you know how much Shraddha, Samadhanam, etc. is there, okay? I know I put a stop to that birthday partying after I took the robes. Otherwise, before that, birthday party used to be a big thing. They used to spend a lot of money, book a hall, this, that. I said, hey, Sadhu's birthday is nahi karne ke. Don't spend so much of money on it. Siksha Guna Anvitam. Okay, yeah. Those who have the Siksha Gunam. Then Brahma Vidya Plavena. By the small boat, raft. Plava is a raft, a skiff, to use a sailor's term, okay? Not a boat. A boat is a bigger thing. A raft. Plava is a raft or a small skiff, a canoe, like, you know, it's called a plava. Brahma Vidya Plavena Shuhu. Swantad Vanto Mahodidim. That small little raft of Brahma Vidya is enough to cross what? Mahodidim, this great ocean. Because a raft cannot stand the ocean, okay? Forget it. No one crossed the ocean in a raft. They may have survived the ocean in a raft until they were rescued. But no one can cross the ocean in a raft. How the old sailors managed to cross it in their boat itself is a surprising thing. Because those boats are tiny compared to what we have now. In fact, Bombay was a boat building center in those days. But not Bombay as the docks now here in South Bombay. No, Thana Creek. Some of those boats are still being built there. You wonder how they could ever cross the ocean. But they did. But a boat. But here he says, Samsara Sagaraha, the small plava, small raft of Brahma Vidya is enough for it. Plavena, he says, Swanta Dvanta Mahodidiyam. What type of ocean of samsara? Swantaha Dvantaha. It's a great ocean. Huge waves of darkness. Huge wave of darkness. Waves of desires, tumbling and problems. All of them. Get onto the raft of knowledge. Cross it, he says. That's all that is necessary. Then you will find what? Where is samsara? There was a samsari, there is no samsara. You will sing like Meera. भवसागर सब सूख गया है, फिक्र नहीं अभी तरने की. Where is the samsara? Samsara has disappeared. Where to cross, etc. कुछ नहीं है. There was a samsari, someone who misunderstood oneself as a finite entity. And that finitude itself was bondage. There is no other bondage. Therefore, what is necessary is what? Negate their ignorance. That's all that is necessary. Of course, some background work has to be done before you become a Sishya. That's important. Some background work always has to be done before you become a Sishya. Karma Yoga, lifestyle of Karma Yoga, Viveka, Vairagya, Ityadi, all those qualities. So, that is what the person does in living. They mature out to become that. See the limitations of all your pursuits. See that you want more than that. We are not critical about normal living. No. Normal living has its beauty. We are only saying see the limitations of it. Otherwise, it's like what's happening in today's world. Youngsters come to me. Swamiji, I'm not happy with my job. What happens? Swamiji, no job satisfaction at all. So I go to examine it. I said, first question, is the job paying you well? Because that becomes one of the most important thing in people's minds, especially when you are young. Yeah, pay is good. So if boss is okay? Yeah, boss is good. Colleagues? You're getting a chance to learn something every week, if not every day? Yeah, of course, a lot of learning. Team is good? Yeah. Then what do you expect from the job? You have a good team, you have a good boss, you are learning well. और क्या चाहिए? समझे, no satisfaction. What do you want? Moksha in a job or what? You can get moksha from the job. You have a great job. Good pay, good boss, good colleagues, good team. और क्या चाहिए? Chance to learn and grow. Hey, it's a great job. Great job. But no satisfaction. Because you are expecting things that you can't get from it. You are expecting things that you can't get from it. Nisha, say hi to the little one. From me. He can look into the thing. So, this is where it is. You have a great job, but you are expecting more from the job than what it can give you. So naturally there will be a dissatisfaction. So whole life will be dissatisfaction because you are looking for moksha and you can't get in a job, you can't get in a relationship, you can't get it out of money, you can't get it out of a holiday. Recognizing that is what the whole thing. I have a good job, excellent. Good boss, good juniors, और क्या चाहिए? Fine. Good house, good relationship, good great kids. But I want more. Correct. Therefore, mokshartham. Of course you want more. It is natural for you to want more. You better want more. Don't fall in for all that false contentment poems. I'm ending as how I began, okay? Don't fall into all those idiotic poems. Gain that knowledge, okay? Yeah, gain that knowledge. Yes, gain that knowledge. Yeah. So this is that background work you do. before you become a Shishya. Life prepares you for it.
Swamiji,
Yep.
that Antevasi word should be used only for ashrama students staying in a ashrama
It is-
or a gurukulam.
It is generally used for them, but it means there is some commitment on the part of the student. So it can be used for students who have a commitment as well.
Okay, even staying at home.
Yeah. Do they have the commitment? But if they are staying at home and say, I can't come for a weekend camp, then I doubt their commitment.
I thought it was only for ashram vasis.
Yeah. That is a general usage.
Acha.
We are looking at the mindset of that usage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So become a Shishya. That is the idea. Become a Shishya. Siksha Yogya. You deserve to be taught. Like Arjuna declared himself in the Gita. Sishyasteham. I am your Shishya. I know I deserve to be taught. He was sure about what he was.
Then what is the difference between Shishya and an Antevasi?
That's exactly what I was saying all this time. That you gain all the qualifications necessary. Commitment may not equal to qualifications. After the commitment, you still have to work and get the qualifications. Viveka, Vairagya, ityadi. That's why
Antevasi already has those qualifications.
they may not have it. I've seen many people coming into the ashram ready to be an Antevasi with commitment and getting lost because they don't have the qualifications. Plenty of students I've seen like that. Just because you land up in an ashram doesn't mean you have your Sishya. You are Antevasi, alright. Commitment is there. And the Guru gave you a chance to become a Sishya. But you couldn't take it. You are not ready for it. I've seen that happening in so many people. Yeah, Kamini.
Yeah, could we put it in this way? What you are saying is that you have the commitment. You're not even fully aware of what it takes. When you become aware, you're not willing to do what it takes.
Yeah, you be willing to do what it takes. Get all the qualifications. Simple as that. Sishya means what? Viveka, Vairagya, Shatsampati, Mumukshutvam. Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Kshanti, Arjavam, Acharya Upasanam, Saucham, Stairyam, Atmavinigraha, Indriyarteshu, Vairagya, Anubhishankaha, Putradhara, Grihadeshu. Remember all that?
Yeah.
Some
Bhagavad
people will be
Gita
thinking,
is-
ye kidhar se aaye ye sab?
It's in the Bhagavad Gita, no?
Yeah.
Amanitvam, Adambitvam.
Exactly. So get those qualifications. Get those qualifications. Then you're a Sishya. Then you're a Sishya.
Hey,
Yeah, Nita Ben. Okay, no.
no, sorry.
No problems. Okay, so think it over. Good place to stop. Okay. Because after that, it becomes a different topic. So good place to stop. Okay. Enjoyed being with all of you. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Swami.